What's up, guys? Max here. So let's talk today about Lady Deathstrike. So she's going to be entering the game here in a couple of days, and whether you're going to be going for those Paragon juicy crystals or going to be grinding with me, because I'm at this moment 100% guaranteed that I am going to be grinding for Lady Deathstrike. One of the biggest and reasons that it's influencing me, the grind, is gonna be Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is what's has me going all in on Lady Deathstrike. A lot of it is because of the season 9, I guess, second meta now, since there's only going to be 2 metas in this season coming up. And the champions we're going to be going up against are all going to be healing. And if you cannot control or block the healing on that champion, it seems like with the node combination, it's going to be a very difficult time. But with that, there is quite a few tech champions that control healing. Viv Vision is one that just came out recently, and she is very good at it. But there is a bit of practice that you need to have with the Viv Vision. She also needs, for the damage, a high sig, very similar to Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike feels overall has some damage, but needs that high sig as well to kind of maximize or get everything out of the damage you're going to be dealing to the opponent. So those two champions do kind of remind me of how damage and heal control their approach. Very two new champions. You know, there's a lot of heal block champions in the tech class, interesting enough. So be aware that if you are going to be putting too many tech heal blockers in your deck, most likely there's going to be some cosmics out there, right? So there's going to be some heal blockers that you're going to need, but also there's going to be some champions that you're just going to have to add as well to counter these champions once they're found in defense. So I think if we can get our hands on Lady Deathstrike, possibly take her to rank 4, depending on what 4th of July's deals are looking like, we might be able to have a good time with her. So let's kind of break her down. I have been testing her. As you can tell, here's some of the teams that I've been using to test her out with. We got Viv, we got Starkey, we got Lady Deathstrike, and we got Future Ant-Man. All great tech champions, all great potentials and candidates for a future rank up to rank 5. You know, so one of the things that makes her very interesting, though, when bringing into your account is, let me take that back. I said all very good candidates to rank 5. I don't think Lady Deathstrike is a candidate to rank 5. I think the max, if I can get a chance to take her up to, it's going to be rank 4. I don't see me taking her up to rank 5. She's a great champion, great addition to the game. Happy to have her. Don't think she's worth a rank 5. I think more in the ballpark of Starkey and Future Ant-Man is what I was testing when I meant that to the rank 5. Did want to clarify that because I don't want people thinking like she's rank 5 worthy. She's unfortunately not rank 5 worthy. But one of the reasons why I was talking about her sig ability being very important and having it maxed out is because of ferocity also increases the potency of your ruptures by 10%, and it's only 10% when she's at sig 200. Also, for every 2.50 of the opponent's max health prevented by heal block, inflicted ruptures debuffs, dealing 100% of Lady Deathstrike armor rating as physical damage over the 3 seconds. So here is what I want to show you. It is very easy if we go scroll all the way bottom. And this is one of the focus on why I think she's going to be a great addition. Maybe why you should be grinding for her specifically for the meta, for Battlegrounds. You know, it's the fact that she can inflict a heal block, and it's a 6-second heal block. It's a very long heal block compared to other champions. Other champions actually only apply a heal block within their special animation, and it jumps right off after that. So a few champions that have a heal block that lasts a little bit longer. So this heal block is done with a second medium, so it's very easy to do. You can go with a parry medium. You can counter with a medium. You can go medium lights medium, a couple of lights in between the medium. So there's a couple of ways to play this, but here we have, it says right here, let me inflict a heal block debuff, preventing the opponent from healing for 6 seconds. Pause during Deathstrike special attack, which is also of great benefit. Mutants cannot gain unstoppable and unblockable effects while heal block. That's very interesting when fighting those mutants too. You're going to have that as a benefit. So that is the biggest thing that I want to showcase here. The damage in her playstyle, we'll talk about it because there's a combination also of having her awaken. She doesn't need to be a max sig for this. When it comes to the ease of use of this champion, she just needs to be awakened. Okay, so the number of hits on the combo meter required to gain an armor up passive is reduced to 15, and max stacks is increased by 4. So right now, if we look to get a armor in her kit, there is a special system, a certain amount of numbers hits you need to do, which I know where it is, but I want to show you in her description, which is 25, but I can't seem to find that. Once we do find that, here we go. Machine body. It's under the machine body, bullet point 2. So every 25 hits in the combo meter grants an indefinite armor up, passive increasing armor rating by 244 for 20% chance to remove a stack when struck. Now this is the stack of 3. Again, if you have her awaken, is increased by 4. So it's going to be, you're going to see the armor ups stack up, and that is one of the things you want to have active when playing her. So keep in mind that if you do take a block, there is a 20% chance to lose it. But I've noticed in the play, I mean, you can have some really bad, there we go, we just got 15 hits, and you notice that armor up on the far left. Let me see. You saw that we took 2 block hits and they were on the verge of losing it. There was a possibility there, but it didn't happen. So we got 3 now. Let's keep going. Notice also the heal block, how I'm maintaining the heal block just by ending with a medium. It's really easy. It paused right there because you could have gone with the combo right here. Let's go and apply it again. So here's the situation with her, and this is why I feel like she's going to be a great addition, specifically for the meta, because with once she has that buff active right there, which I am forgetting the name, Ferocity. So all these things are new names for these buffs. So Ferocity, which is the claw with the little red circle with the claw. Once that's active, it doesn't matter where you're at, whether in the fight. Let's say you're in a bad situation where the AI is blocking, you can literally launch your special and it's going to be unblockable. So that is, and keep in mind, if the heal block, if the AI is like 5%, which is where it's at right now, you have a special and he's holding block and you're like, dude, no, there's no way, it's going to fall off and he's going to regen and it's going to be longer. Launch your special, it's going to pause the heal block, and hopefully you get out with a win. So notice that situation, kind of like what I was just referring to and what just happened. So let's go for a little bit of a longer fight when it comes to this health pool. This is another Star-Lord here, and then here we're gonna go and see if we can keep that heal block active while dealing a little bit more damage. So and then we're going to keep an eye on the buffs here. So I'm not going for the quickest fight, by the way. Just trying to showcase how easy it is to keep the heal block active, but also how we could keep those ruptures up too. Alrighty, ready? See this? Oh, haha. Okay, that's another feature that she does, that she can literally regen some of the health when you do take a special 1 or a special 2, which I did, and that was an accident there. That was not on purpose, but it's one of her items that we can point out that she has. One thing too about launching special 2 for longer fights, it refreshes her claw. Oh my gosh, we're gonna start calling these things different names. So here we're gonna throw the relic. Here we go. See if we can get some more of that. So that's look how I'm letting it kind of like work its way down, which is fine because we're gonna be able to keep it up because we're gonna just launch that special 2. And now I launched my special 2 as I was closer to getting to a special 3. That way we can refresh it and also get ready, work our way up to another special 2. So there we go. And easy like that. Relic is actually doing more damage than she is with her crits. She did like a 4K crit. I think that was the highest in the fight. Oh, there goes 11,000. Okay. That's not bad. There we go. And down she goes. Again, it's all about the heal block. A lot of the new meta and concentration on the new meta is going to be regarding the heal block of the opponent. You're going to want to do that. Also, it's going to be regarding of how much health you come out of. So with her armor ups, I feel like she might be very good, like a tanky champion, right? You're going to take very, very little chip damage. We would need to test her in a long fight as well. Let's see if we can test her here against Cyclops, as he does have a beam that he blasts through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna block that beam and try to like take as much damage as possible from it, just to see how much she actually takes. Now we're only gonna be able to have probably 2 armor ups by the time he gets a special 1. Yep. So we're gonna block this. So we lost quite a good chunk of health there. We lost 6% of health. So not much when it comes to the armor ups. Now that's, I mean, you could actually, you're probably better off getting hit by the special 1. So let's take a look at the difference between actually taking the block hit and then actually going out there and not blocking the hit. So we're gonna actually, let's just restart this fight. Okay, so here we're gonna do is we're gonna try to mirror the same situation we were just in. So we're gonna try to get to, oh, don't launch it. Okay, there we go. And see if he, oh, I dashed it. Okay, he's close to another one. All right. Come on. Dude, okay. With some champions, you're better off. Let's do that again. 82%. 79%. Oh, wow. That's so cool. Okay. That's a cool feature, I gotta say. That's not what I was trying to show off on Lady Deathstrike, but that is a very cool feature that she can literally tank a special 1 and lose like no health, and even less when she has that claw thing. Let's do that again. 2%. That is pretty cool, I gotta say. So that is, by the way, it's something that's in her abilities. So if you go ahead and take a special 1, special 2, I believe. Let's look at that information, since that's not what I wanted to showcase, but now we're into that portion of her. So she is, where is it? I think, here we go. So her regenerators. Her nanobots, it says, when struck by a special attack 1 or 2, gains nanobots regenerating passive for the duration of the special attack, passively regenerating 90% of hit damage taken over 0.50 seconds. While suffering from bleed and poison, nanobots regenerates an additional 20% flat. So while Deathstrike, though, doesn't have her personal armor up buff, nanobots regeneration is disabled. Just keep that in mind. So you need to have an armor up. And if you don't have one, then you're not going to be able to get that health back. But hopefully, I don't know if this kind of helps and convinces you in a situation why you should be going for Lady Deathstrike. You know, if you can have the resources to take her to SIG 200 for the rupture damage, scaling or just getting more out of it, and then also take her to rank 4 because I feel like she's gonna need it. She might be a good option to add her to your deck. If you are in a situation where your deck doesn't look where you have multiple tech champions at rank 4, now this is the beta. Let's actually get out of the beta, go into my account, and so I can kind of share with you what it's one of the reasons why I want this Lady Deathstrike and my thinking of taking her to rank 4. All right, so here, guys, is my account with what tech champions I currently have at rank 4. Now, I have a good source of champions to be able to play with this meta. Now, ideally, offensive is stronger sometimes than defense, depending on the draft, of course, but having some options, keeping in mind that they're probably going to ban some of your champions that can control healing to make your situation a bit harder. So adding one more champion to your deck will be benefiting. Now, when it comes to Battlegrounds ranks, rank 4 is kind of like, this is where we're at in the game right now. Rank 3s can get the job done. Not saying they can't. Like, we can bring in Viv. Viv can take the job in. She can do a great job at it. We can bring in Guardian. We can bring in Punisher, Mysterio. I believe Mysterio has a heal block on his 4th light. Shuri's amazing. Like, all these champions we can bring in as well, and they can do a great job. But if you're going up against an opponent that has rank 4s on his deck for offense, and you are coming in with rank 3s, that is where that person has an advantage. And it's always about the draft, and it's always about hopefully the advantage you can take and have on your opponent. So that's my thinking. Let me know what you think so far when it comes to just Lady Deathstrike, for specifically the oh, I forgot about my rank 5. This guy didn't make it because I didn't click on that. But what do you think about Lady Deathstrike as a champion? Will you be going for her? Impressive. Final thoughts on it. Champion, not so much. Safety, yes. You notice that special 1, special 2 tank. You can pretty much tank any specials as long as you have an armor up. Armor ups, if she's awakened, you're going to get it within 15 hits, which is very easy to do. So I think she's a great option for this meta. This meta we're going to be coming up with. But if she's not your taste, if it's not the flavor of the month for you, I get it. She's not bringing in some crazy damage at what we're used to seeing, especially from these last champions for Battlegrounds specifically. But because of the node, this is where she's shining. Guys, hopefully this helps somebody. Take care. I'll see you in the arenas for Lady Deathstrike. Peace.